Hello, 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 humanity. Boy, I missed you guys. I guess you say I'm always saying that, but I did. I missed you guys. I was so tired yesterday, humanity. I didn't come at the time or even in that area of time that I usually come in. I was just exhausted. I really was. I was exhausted. But nevertheless, I was still thinking about you as I was before I even came. I hope all is well. Yesterday I didn't do much. I made some tiny burgers and tiny bread to accompany it, and then I made a mild zesty sauce, and then I baked an apple and a sweet potato, and put Cool Whip on it for my for my sweet treat. Humanity, it was delicious. Everything I did yesterday, it was really really delicious. And the thing about it, humanity, once again, you always know it was effortless as well as affordable. And so what I did yesterday, I took a can of chickpeas, washed and pulsed, and then I went in with 1/4 cup of onions, 1/4 cup of celery, and I did, let's see, I did a lot of bell peppers. So I even went, but they were finely chopped. The bell peppers, I went slightly over the 1/4 cup. I really, because I don't know, all of a sudden it's like the bell peppers, they're bursting with flavor like never before. And then that Worcestershire sauce, it really, really stands out in a lot of your dishes. So I did over 1/4 of a cup of bell peppers, and then for the Worcestershire sauce, I did 3 tablespoons. I know that sounds like a lot, but I mean you can just taste that flavor coming through. And then I told you I did the onions. I did the 1/4 cup, and then for celery, I did 1 tablespoon. And remember, we talked about the spoons. The larger of the spoons is a tablespoon, and then the smaller of the spoons is a teaspoon. And then I did my Italian seasoning. I know you're saying I'm just going in with it with the Italian seasoning. You're absolutely right. I don't know. It's like this new seasoning that I've discovered. But anyway, I went in with 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, and then I went in with 3 slices of Colby cheese, and I did, I crumbled that up, of course, and then I did maybe about 3 tablespoons of cream cheese, because I use that as as an adhesive, to stick the burgers together, because they're so small. I didn't want them to fall apart. And then I did 3 tablespoons of oat flour, and all I did was I mixed all that up, preheated the oven to 375. I baked, formed the burgers into mini burgers, really really small. So I literally had a whole pan full of little small burgers, and then I did the same. I baked them for maybe 10 to 15 minutes, depending on your appliance, and then I took them out and I coated them with provolone and Colby cheese. Again, you can use mozzarella. Remember, the personalization and the customization is key. So use the cheese of your choice, and then you can decorate. Oh, and I added tomatoes within the little tiny burgers. I a half of a tomato dice, cut up small. So I put that in there as well. And so I baked them for 12, 15 minutes, took them out, put the provolone, I hope I'm saying it right, and then the Colby cheese on top. I let it melt for a minute, and then the buns. All I did was my bread recipe. I've given it to you, and it's on the channel. I've given it to you 1,000 times. All you do is take half a box, not quite half a box of the cream cheese, and maybe about 4 to 5 tablespoons or 1/4 of a cup of of Colby or pepper jack, whatever cheese, hard like hard cheese or mozzarella cheese. Put that in the microwave for a count of maybe 60, 70. If it starts popping, take it out immediately. It's been in there too long. Put in 4 to maybe 5 tablespoons of your oat flour. And remember, we've already talked about that. If you don't have any oat flour on hand, get your oatmeal, pull it down, put it in your blender cup, fill it up to the top, blend it for maybe a good 1 minute, 2 minutes until it turns into flour, and then you're good to go. And so, anyway, and then I did the Mild Zesty sauce, which was comprised of Caesar salad dressing. I did about a fourth a cup of that, and then I had some Mediterranean salad dressing, and I put that in there as well. 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. I put maybe a tablespoon of chopped bell peppers. I know I'm going with it with the bell peppers, right? And then 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. And I blended all that together, and I think I put in maybe about a tablespoon of the orange sauce, and it was just delicious, real mild. There was no buffalo wing sauce, nothing to amp up the heat of the sauce. It was really mild, but it was so tasty. And so that's what I had. And then I didn't put the I don't know, I might try to come back later on and give you the apple and the little apple and sweet potato appetizer that I had. But it's so simple. All I did was I baked a sweet potato. Most sweet potatoes, because they can be kind of dense too, depending on the size. I think I baked the sweet potato for maybe 45 minutes to an hour. I baked the apple. All I did was washed it off, left the peel on. I baked it for maybe the same time. I think maybe 45 minutes to an hour. I let them both bake, and then I let them cool. I put them on a plate when I got ready to eat them. I took the peels off, the peel off the apple, the peel off the sweet potato. If you let them cook long enough, you can just literally just pull the skin off. And then I just made, I think I had maybe 2 or 3 dollops of sugar-free, fat-free whipped cream, and I put that on top, and that was my nice appetizer. And so it was really good. It really is. It feels good to just, I still have my reckless days, of course, but it felt good to, reach and get a sweet potato, reach and get an apple, and use that for dessert. Humanity, the struggle, for those of us going in the struggle, coming out of the struggle, however it goes, being able to utilize fruits and vegetables as our new way of eating, our new lifestyle. It really is. It not only is it intriguing, to realize that, wow, these fruits and vegetables have been here all the time, and yet I've struggled so, with eating the equivalent of 4 people, eating a box of donuts, a box of bag of candy treats, bag of cookies, when there were so many other options. But I just didn't know, and didn't even bother to explore the options. Well, anyway, humanity, I'm hoping that you're exploring your options, asking questions. And it's ironic, I was watching a pretty young lady. She was discussing, various things in the world, and she was also discussing, trials and tribulations that one can have. And I don't know, something just came in me about questions and answers. I had been watching for so long. Well, here, maybe within the last 2 weeks, I've been watching a situation that's unfolding, where someone was just really badly handled, and it went on for a long time. And I wondered, when this lady started, this young lady, pretty young lady, started talking, I started thinking about that situation, and I started wondering, when was it that that individual finally asked the question and then provided themselves with an answer, and I'll discuss that a little bit later. But when this young lady, when she kept talking and she kept talking, and she brought out some really really wonderful points. She covered some, she covered things excellently. But it's what she wasn't saying that let me know that there were situations, circumstances, hopefully not an individual, something was hurting her. And she did a good job in discussing various topics and situations and circumstances, and giving encouragement for those that are going through certain things and this, that, and the other. But once again, it's what she didn't say that let me know that something was hurting her, be it situation, circumstances, or like I say, an individual. And then my mind immediately went back to this individual that it's all over the place, the hardships that they endured. And I went back to that questions and answers. What kind of questions do you ask when you're going through, when I was in that recliner, I sat there and I wanted answers. But I really, the more I think about it, I don't know if I really, really got serious with the question. But when the opportunity arose, I finally got serious about the question, and then allowed the answer to reveal itself. I finally asked the question, how much more of this do you want to endure? Because I was doing this tremendous harm to myself. I was eating, these large quantities of food. I was taking in enough sugar for maybe 4 or 5 people, for a matter of, I would venture to say, in a week. For most people, probably didn't consume that much sugar in a year, and I was doing that to myself. But finally, I had hit rock bottom in terms of my health. I was sitting there in that recliner 17, 18 hours. I know it's redundant, but it's the truth. And so I hadn't been asking questions, nor had I allowed an answer to reveal itself. And so when I started thinking about these two young ladies, and I started thinking about us, those of us going in the struggle, those of us coming out of the struggle, I wondered, when this one young lady that, like I say, it's all over the place. I wonder at what point, because this went on for a long time. I wonder, and like I say, I'm still with the questions and answers, right? And that's just, just really, really, really mind, body, and soul. I'm just really, really exploring that, questions and answers. And I started thinking when I was listening to this young lady speaking. Like I said, she spoke so beautifully and colored and covered topics so beautifully. But yet, like I said, it was what she wasn't saying that let me know that something was hurting her, just like something was hurting me, and I was doing it to my own self in that recliner. And then what this individual, I'm going somewhere with this. When she had endured so much for so long, I wonder, was there a point in time where she finally, and we know that it was, because she's now rich, she's now out of the situation, she's now healthy and happy, and what have you. But I wondered, because she went through it so long, I wondered what finally brought her to the point to where she finally asked the question, had she had enough yet? And she provided herself, or she allowed the answer to reveal itself, and act on it. And her mentality as well as her life changed. And then when I listened to this young lady handling questions and topics so beautifully, I wonder if she, like I, and maybe some of you today, maybe you're dealing with the situation. It's the wee hours of the morning, because, oh, and by the way, I did my exercise But I wonder if there's situations and circumstances. There's some things that we just can't control. There's some things that we'll need help in order to get out. We'll need help to get a breakthrough. That's just it. Just is what it is. Because I needed help. I needed to ask a question, and the answer provided itself. But the help and the answer came by way of someone else. And I wonder this morning, if there's something in your life, it's hurting you. It's hurting you. It's deterring you. It's bringing It may be bringing sadness. It may be bringing anguish. It may be bringing you're indecisive. Whatever it may be. It's not pleasing to the mind, body, or the soul. So I wonder this morning, would it be okay to do the questions and then allow the answer to reveal itself? I wonder if today would be finally the day for that thing that you can do something about. I wonder if you could maybe ask a question: have you had enough yet? And if there is an answer, will you allow the mind to open up, the body to open up, and the soul to open up to embrace and to absorb the answer of what you need to do to get on the other side of that question that you're asking, that maybe you'll ask today? Finally, have I had enough yet? So with that being said, humanity, I'm biased as it relates to you, humanity. I feel like you're so awesome, and I feel like you're still standing. And I know you say, well, why do you keep saying that? Because that reveals your strength. That reveals the awesomeness in you. You're still standing. Do you know that? And some things that that some of you deal with, some of us deal with, that some people, they couldn't handle it. Beautiful and outstanding as they were, it was too much. But yet you are still standing. The awesomeness in you allows your feet to still stand. And so I just believe that if there is in fact something that maybe you need to pose the question, and with the realization that there are some things that we just cannot do anything about, we need help, and that's okay. That's always okay to realize that you need help and then go and get it. I needed help when I was up there in that recliner. And the minute finally the opportunity presented itself, I allowed that answer to come through. You're eating too much food. You're consuming too much sugar. You're never going to be able to eat salads. And you're never going to be able to just maybe eat a spoonful of food. And so the answer came in the way of me changing my mentality and taking on a lifestyle that would allow me to eat fruits and vegetables and what have you. But anyway, and getting back to you, humanity, and I'm going to end it with this: with your awesome self, humanity, if at all possible, that you can ask the question today for that thing that has no right to still be in your life. If you can ask the question today and you actually can do something about it, maybe the question should simply be: have you had enough yet, humanity? Have you had enough? And if there is an answer available, that you can do your due diligence along with the belief that you are so awesome and you're still standing, that you can handle it and you can make it happen. I'm believing in you, humanity. I'm believing that you can do it, and I'm believing that it's almost already done. All you have to do is let your mentality ask the question: have I had enough yet? And then absorb and take into action the answer of what you need to do about that thing. Okay, humanity, I've talked enough. Like I say, I got excited and thought about you before I even got here. Take care of yourself, humanity, you and yours. Always, always remember, always, I'm wishing you and yours the best. Take care. Bye bye.